In this video we shall talk about test suites. So what is a test suite? It's a set of test cases or test procedures to be executed in a specific test cycle. A set of test cases. And usually it's a set of test cases selected with some goal on some common basis. So the main idea here is to manage test process, to organize a huge number of test cases into small and convenient sets. When we create test suites, we are following some specific logic, some common sense. So we may compose the suite for the same requirement section or several sections, for the same functionality like file system, database management system, or maybe we use some test cases with the same priority or covering the same module or submodule or something else. Or those test cases cover some user scenario or typical set of scenarios. So any logic, any common sense, any reasonable approach. Speaking about those sets, we may see that there are free sets and linked sets. So a free set contains test cases that does not imply any specific execution order. It only composes several test cases together. Here is an example. Here we have some box with test cases inside, and they are not linked. They are not glued to each other. But in linked set, we have sequence. Here you see the link. So we execute those test cases in specific order, and that order may not be changed without recombining the whole test suite. Each of these approaches have some advantages and disadvantages. First, let's speak about free suites. It's easy to compose, the main idea. Of course, it's easy to change execution order, and any test case still works if other test cases fail. But as we see, it may produce some redundancy because several test cases may test the same idea, and it's usually harder to emulate user behavior, user scenarios. With linked test suites, we need less preparations, less steps. Every test case continues its work from the point where previous test case ends. That's why we need less preparation and less steps. And it's easier to emulate user scenarios, but the main disadvantage here is that if a previous test case fails, all next in-chain test cases fail too. And that's really bad. You may use both free and linked suites, but just remember about advantages and disadvantages and decide accordingly to the task you are solving.